Alright, welcome back to my walkthrough for achieving S rank on No Hope difficulty in Resident Evil 6. Today we are tackling the first half of Chapter 4 of Chris and Piers' campaign. The first half of this chapter takes place entirely in a giant airplane hangar. It's a little stressful because there are lots of places for enemies to shoot at you, but thankfully there are enough places to take cover that you don't need to feel totally overwhelmed. This is an extremely combat-heavy part of the game, though, and it will put a lot of the skills you've acquired in Resident Evil 6 to the test. We're going to meet several new types of Juavo, and become reacquainted with a few that we haven't seen since the early parts of the campaign, so needless to say, we've got an interesting road ahead. Start off by heading to the room immediately on your left. Deal with the first Juavo in the doorway, followed by the one waiting for you on the stairs. This guy will turn into a new mutation, which is just kind of a giant fleshy blob that kneels next to you and explodes if you stand still too long. The quickest way to handle these guys is to shoot their legs or slide into them a couple of times. If you do enough damage, they'll kneel down and explode on the spot. Keep your distance though, because they do massive damage. There is a semi-automatic sniper rifle on the bottom level here, but I actually recommend not picking it up. We already have a sniper rifle that we will continue to get ammo for, and those two inventory slots are much better spent on things like herbs, acid rounds, and grenades. So, tempting as it may be, leave the semi-auto. The game will give it to you automatically at the end of the chapter anyways, so there isn't a lot of upside to picking it up now in my opinion. Up the stairs, hide behind the rail cover, and pick off the 3 snipers taking aim at you. The most efficient way to do this is to actually hit the explosive barrels near them. Once they're dead, hop back down to the ground level and prepare to take on quite a few Juavo.
We have to figure out where on board she's hiding.
Here, there will be a great number of Juavo attacking you through a variety of means. We'll also be introduced to yet more mutations, so I'll quickly talk about those a little bit. Some of the Juavo will gain a really long, elastic arm that has a lot more range than you probably think at first. It's best to stay back and pick them off with the sniper rifle, but do be aware that if you stand directly next to them, their arm actually won't be able to hit you. So for this reason, there are times when it may actually be preferable to close the distance on them. Also, you can shoot their arm as it's extended for decent damage. Another mutation we'll see for the first time here is the pincer Juavo. The gimmick with these things is that their weak spot is between the 2 pincers, so the best thing to do is to wait for them to open up and shoot the bright orange bulge where their head should be. This will stun them long enough for you to kick them to the ground, where you can then stomp on them and do a lot of damage. Another option is to wait for them to charge towards you and then counter them, but this is definitely the riskier strategy because if you mess up, you will die. Keep in mind that if you shoot their weak point and it ends up being the killing blow, these enemies will explode and deal heavy damage to you, so you always want to be a safe distance away when shooting them.
Well, that's just great. What else can go wrong? How the hell are we supposed to get that bulkhead open?
We'll figure something out. That's our job. You and I have a mission to complete. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Maybe we can blow it open. Hey, Captain. I think I found just the thing to blast that bulkhead open.
Okay.
After you and Chris split up, you'll have to deal with a bunch of Juavo on your own. There is a gap here that you can use to your advantage. Just wait until an enemy leaps across, then immediately shoot them in the head and knock them off the ledge. This might work for only one or two of them though, because they will group up on you pretty quickly. If you start to get backed up too far, you'll probably want to do what I did here and drop a grenade on them. While you're waiting for Chris, more Juavo will start to pour in. The important thing here is to not get too backed up, because they will spawn in large numbers and it will be difficult for you to get yourself out of a jam if you get cornered. Be aware that there are snipers shooting at you from across the hangar, so if you get an opening, it's a good idea to take care of them so you only have the enemies in your immediate vicinity to worry about. Once the coast is clear, turn the crank and let Chris work on the missile. Before you drop down to the ground floor, use this high vantage point to take out some of the Juavo that spawn beneath you, assuming you still have sniper ammo. You don't want to take on large groups of enemies head on if you don't have to, so take advantage anytime you can take them out from a distance.
Okay. Going for it.
Roger that! Captain.
Roger.
HQ to Alpha. Fighting in the city has spread. You need to apprehend Ada Wong now.
Copy that. Tell our boys to hang in there. Good job.
Are you kidding me?
I think we've overstayed our...
Once you descend these stairs past a certain point, the fighter jet will spawn. If you go down to the ground floor and get in the machine gun's way, it will absolutely tear you to shreds. Thankfully, so long as you stay on the stairs, it cannot hit you, so snipe at the enemy in the cockpit and the plane will no longer be a threat to you. Then just move down and deal with a variety of Joavo mutations that are once again going to greet you. There will be quite a lot of enemies to deal with here, so be patient, play it safe, and always know where you can safely find cover if things get too hectic. My advice is to always deal with the unmutated Joavo first, because they typically carry machine guns, and machine gun Joavo are the most consistently dangerous threat to you in this campaign.
I need help here! I can count on you! Good thing I can count on you!
Alright, and that is where we're going to cut it for today. Back half of Chapter 4 isn't going to be any less chaotic, so I hope you will join me for that video. I will see you later, guys.